Okay. Should be back. I can turn on some like random music. Some like video game soundtrack stuff, maybe. I don't know what I'd want to put on though. Um, put on some out of the or not out of the park. There's not any music in out of the park. Put on some like Ocarina of Time stuff, maybe. It crashed. Out of the park crashed because it didn't crash. It my power went out for like literally like two fragments of a second. But obviously my PC shut off in those two fragments of a second. So I've mostly recovered to where I was in the off season. Um, Ocarina of Time soundtrack for the remake. I don't care about the remake, unfortunately. There we go. It shouldn't get like claimed or anything, probably. Usually doesn't, right? Usually doesn't. I guess I really don't want music though. I guess I could turn audio and now I can't. I don't want music. Sorry. Sorry, my bad. I'm here to entertain, but not really because I'm cooked. I'm just honestly just here to play out of the park. So just trying to get back where we were. Pretty sure everything happened the same way that it happened in the game. Um, yeah. One thing that I am noticing that I didn't really look at last time is that the catching situation is still kind of poor. We really don't have any catchers or any good players, honestly, within our um, development pool right now. It's just kind of bad overall. And Parks Harbor is one of your best prospects. He's not really. He's kind of just bad, but I don't know how did we get this guy? I didn't notice him on the roster of AAA. Yeah, it's just not good. Uh, kind of bad. Kind of a little bit bad. Let's also make sure stuff's running. Ooh, I don't think my allergies like feel as bad, but my throat's a little bit raw today. So, so. I don't know. So I don't know. What be here? Uh, I'll try to stay semi-consistent with the schedule. Can't really like hold to it right now because I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm okay playing out of the park. I don't mind it, but I'm also not like, oh, I gotta play out of the park. Could very much just like show up tomorrow and be like, oh, I'm done playing out of the park for whatever amount of time. But for now, I'm semi-committed. The only thing that did change is this. Basically, just this guy is in free agency now, but has no hustle and forgets things. Not that good of a second baseman. 30 years old. I'm fine. I'm fine. I don't need him. So gave Skubal the same deal to start out with. Taking a look at Jazz Chisholm is the only, I think, actual difference. So I'll look at that. Really, the catchers in free agency are just terrible. Gary Sanchez is not good. Preston Kelly might be the best name here, but I just, is he that much better than Eric Haas? I don't know. I'm not sure I believe that. So theoretically, we'd be in the market for a catcher. And looking at the trading block, I always forget to look at the trading block. There isn't any catchers though. So, yeah, yeah, not really much we can do on that front. I always forget when the trading block is actually active. So now sometime during the off season, it is moderately active. Is this guy? No. Luke really is not the free agent. I was thinking of the Brewers guy that is a free agent. First baseman. What's his name? What's his name? Jake Bowers. Who has played for the Seattle Mariners at one point in his career, but really only had success with. I remember him on the Braves. That's crazy. I vaguely remember that he was on the Guardians, but not really. I must have remembered him on the Mariners for me to get him mixed up with Luke Raley. I don't remember the Yankees period though. Do not remember the Yankees period. Good pickup for the Brew Crew. Didn't matter in the last playoffs though. We torched them. All right. Let us sim a little bit until we get the scouting report information. I don't think we did anything like super important in the last little area. No, the White Sox are the ones offering him money. I do like even numbers with contracts. It just bothers me a little bit when it's this big of a contract and it is not even. So I gotta turn off commission mode. I would just do it to send those players in free agency back to their teams that they should not have left. So Brian's 47. Grisham is a 55 overall. Definitely is an improvement in center field. The problem is he wants such a large contract. Like realistically, I would do like 2 years. I think like 16 million a year, pretty easy. Obviously he's not quite interested in that. But maybe if we got 2 years, like 20 milli, considering how much money we have, considering we have a big need at center field, considering there's no catchers in free agency, I think I could do this, but yeah, he wants the big contract, which is fair. He's not happy with the terms I'm offering him. Really just not interested in trading for him long term. So we'll wait on that one. Jazz, I mean, wants the same amount, is not as good of a player, especially at center field. Taylor Clark we knew was fine. Romero we decided to go after in the last one. I'm fine with a 1 year deal on him. Offer him like 1.5. And I can definitely see us like continuing to bring him back. So it's we do have a contract out with Tarik. How much do we offer him? A lot of money, and I know that at the very least. Is that it that we got a stuff on? I think so. I think so. Yeah, everyone's pending. Or everyone's still being scouted. I think we decided to sign Gratterall in the last one, so I'll just do that again, right? Do it again. I gotta press read all. This time, I rolled this going to New York for $50 million. The Mets. That's a lot of money. It's a lot of money. I think that's more than he made by like $2 million in the last in. Luis Robert kind of sucks except against lefties now, so I'd look at him as like a backup. I think is what I said last time, and obviously he's not particularly interested in a deal like that. I don't know why I would want Jeff Brigham, so I just don't really care. Ginkle, we kind of decided not to look at saving. Interesting. Oh. Tarik's getting more money. Evan Phillips is fine. So what is this Gratterall? I know he's a 56. Like I gotta offer him. Gotta get him on the team. Um I honestly just do 6 milli 2 years and be happy about it. Seems like quite a good player. And it seems like other scouts are also, taking note of that. Um how much money is this? 48 million a year times. I mean, I could do it. We've got the money. No reason not to. This is Tarik Skubal. That's within the ballpark. 7 years, $336 million. Honestly, not that bad. As long as he's staying healthy. Not bad at all. Okay. I'm not offering Camille Duval enough, is what he's telling me. Increase it to 2.5. He just wants that closer tag. I think I offered him 3 million a year last time. Oh, not 300,000. With the two team options, I think would be necessary if I'm offering him this much. Just so I have the opt out. It turns out Tarik Skubal is really good, by the way. One of the premier pitchers in the league. Really, really good. Jojo Romero looks like he might sign. Zach Cole lost his dog. Feels bad. I was watching some dog videos today. I'm a fan of dogs. I don't know if I'm more of like a dog person or a cat person. I feel like I resemble a cat more. But I would also I like cats, but I would also become like territorial with a cat, which maybe would be cool. It would be like fun to be territorial with a cat. Honestly, looking at all the like relievers here in terms of the price, if I was to go like really expensive, I mean, you could obviously wait on Vesia, but Gregory Soto, if you were patient on him, maybe you could get him for like 8 milli. Feels like it might not be too bad of a deal for you in that circumstance. Yeah, I think we're okay to wait on everybody else. Kind of just keep simmering, I suppose. I suppose. Hopefully the Hall of Fame voting is not broken. I assume it shouldn't be. But I will save first. It seems like 12.5 milli for Vesia which is definitely more reasonable, is what he's likely to sign for approximately. Approximately. Tarik says it's his best deal so far. Gary Soto signs now. That's kind of expensive, but 3-year deal is kind of crazy for a reliever that's had like one good year, I mean, he's had more than one good year, but been a little bit inconsistent over the course of his career, is what I suppose I should say. Ooh, he wants crazy money. He's gonna make crazy money. That's probably comparable to the Gregory Soto deal right there. Okay. Let's hope we get Tarik, I guess. Camilo Duvall wants more money, and at that point, it's like, why don't we just go with somebody else? Like, I'm not really. How much is it? It's 3.1 million. He wants to be the closer, though. That's his big, like, hang up, which I'm not gonna do. Bunch of teams offering me expired trade offers because they already traded all these players. Anybody interesting in here? I probably just shouldn't look, so I don't be sad. There is not. Michael Massey. That's a name I haven't heard in a little bit. Hausman signs. I was gonna be a little bit curious about him. If we got priced out of the Tarik Skubal sweepstakes, but that's out of the picture. Obviously, that is a crazy jump to number one. The Reds going from 14th overall to first overall in the draft lottery. I assume the odds on that are genuinely crazy. Genuinely crazy. So Duvall wants more money. What was our next option in terms of the reliever market? Obviously, we really want to push Gratterall, but definitely options in terms of that second guy. I like Taylor Clark quite a bit, as long as he doesn't want to be the closer. Probably the best player out of all the options. I mean, Evan Phillips is fine. Ginkle is fine. But I think it will be kind of a push. We have the money. I'm not going to be scared to offer it to him. As long as he really doesn't want to be the closer is what matters. Hate this, man. Hold on. Hopefully that fixes it. Can I No, I don't know. I didn't want to do that. That's fine though. Actually, that might be kind of bad. Let's close this. Let's open this back up. Let me chill. Then we will be chill. Okay. I should be back to the optimal setup. And I can get rid of this. There we go. I mean, I can do this deal. He doesn't want to be the closer. Just offer him a straight 4.5 milli for 1 year. It's not bad at all. It's a pretty fair offer. And he's a really good pitcher. Really rounds out our bullpen. I'm fine with Duvall not signing. Really doesn't matter for us. Really doesn't. Okay. Yeah. We don't need them. We only really needed 3 relievers, I said. 2 righties, 1 lefty. That is what we got. Let's hope we get Skubal then. That'd be very cool. Gratterall wants more money. We kind of just have to offer him whatever he wants at this point. I would like this to be as small of a number as possible. But, I mean, our scout just likes him enough that it's just worth paying it. It's just worth paying him at that price. Nothing from Scoobs yet. They're giving us trade offers that are already, like, done. And any interesting trades? Vesia has a lot of demand. Is he going to make, like, a crazy amount of money? No, it's still the same offer. Still the same offer. It's probably like 18 million or something like that. Murakami on the trade block. We needed a first baseman. I'd consider it. Rushman. I mean, if there was going to be a catcher we were going to trade for, Adley would be the guy. Question is, do we have enough money to extend him? This just feels like such an easy like answer, right? Trade like Will Warren for him after that not great postseason appearance. Then again, Will Warren does have like 7 years of stuff. Actually, he's arbitration eligible next season. I don't know. Something to decide on. I don't want to wait too long though. I really just like we have to get Skubal to make this trade a thing. Could obviously like trade Casey Schmidt too. I would rather not do that. It's not like I'm super high on him though. Really only has what 2 years of ARB left after this. He's just like a very solid player. Very very good numbers for us. And we really don't have a replacement for him in that infield. So I'd be a little bit like basically I don't want to trade Casey Schmidt. I'd honestly be way more open to trading Will Warren. My main concern is can we extend Adley once we trade for him. So that's obviously going to be a big factor in actually doing the trade. Looking at our money situation, we do have a ton of money for extensions. So it really wouldn't be a concern. But I do have to get this Tarik Skubal deal done before I pull the trigger. So. And he wants more money. Mets are giving him an interesting offer. Really scared that Adley's going to get traded, but I think I just got to be patient on it. Miguel Rojas is still making money. He's making 10 million a year. That feels crazy to me. And to be fair, just had a big moment in the playoffs last year, but whew. Now this is starting to get crazy. This is a really expensive contract. I think the highest I said I was going to do was 54. And I might stick at that number. This might have to be my final offer here for 54 milli. Would obviously be a really good get here. We don't have a 6 starter right now, so you could obviously pivot and move for somebody else in free agency. Maybe his former teammate, Casey Mize. So he's looking like he's going to go back to the Tigers for $26 million ish. And I can't say I'm super interested at that price tag. Looking at the other options, Pavetta's good player. But again, like, price tag's high for me. Almost definitely not interested in that. I think like this is going to be our final offer on Tarik. And if not, we're probably going to have to shift to another option. maybe Bubic is the best next option, but he's getting a lot of money too. Which maybe just means that we should be paying Tarik, you know? Yeah, I think 54 was my max. That's a lot of money. $378 million. Still have enough for extensions and stuff. Obviously, this would hamper us a little bit, you know, moving into the future sort of deal. But we're trying to win a World Series right here, so Gratterall wants more money. Obviously, we said we're just going to give him kind of whatever he wants. He'll probably be our closer. Our scout just likes him enough that it's worth it. The fragile tag is honestly a little concerning at this price point, though. He just immediately become like by far our best reliever, and that's a valuable player for us. Josue Bruceño traded. Why? How did he? No, yeah, I guess. Tigers got Bradish. How's he been this year? I mean, based on this, not crazy. And I know he started the year kind of slow. After coming back, ooh, okay. Adley does get traded. I should have pulled the trigger earlier. Should have pulled the trigger earlier. Goes for Walcott. That's a massive trade. It's pretty crazy. Still obviously have the Tarik offer on the table, but that is a major like opportunity loss for us with a huge hole at catcher. Let's tell you maybe sometimes you just gotta pull the trigger on those kind of deals. So yeah, looking at it, there's not a lot of other options for us here on the trade block. Don't really need a first baseman. Obviously, if we go for starting pitchers at this point, it'll probably be in free agency. So, kind of just hoping Tarik takes this deal, seeing where we can go from there. And do this. The Rule 5 draft's coming up too. Jose Romero signs. That's actually pretty big for us. Like to see that. Our lefty arm for this free agency period. Everyone else looks pretty happy with their offers right now. Rule 5 draft time. It's Rule 5 time again. Let's take a look at our pool to make sure we have everybody on the roster that we need to. I think the easiest way to do this is to sort by organization, is what I've done before. Might be a easier way. Organization short, maybe. What's San Fran? Is it SFG, maybe? I would assume. Nope. What is our short? Is it just SF? It is just SF. Okay. Looking at the players here that we definitely don't want to lose. Honestly, you can take Davidson. He's not good right now. He's 24 and a half. Technically, he's ready for AAA, but like, and he's very good for a AA player. But in terms of being an MLBer, you just don't ever really see him fulfilling close to that potential. To be fair, he is a very good center fielder. So maybe I do just put him on the roster, the secondary roster. Wilkinson, I feel like I don't really. He's ranked the top 50 prospect. He's not good though, so I'm not too worried about that. Lane kind of raw, not super worried about. Somebody taking him, I guess. We just don't have a lot of talent here, to be completely honest. Only have one more spot on the roster as of now. So, I feel like Whitman might be your final guy. Just being more MLB ready, but he's also just not particularly good, so. And we might have to put Jojo Romero on the roster. Now we're actually fine. Okay, maybe I will put. Where is he? Is it Whitman? Yeah, put Whitman on the secondary roster and roll from there. Really do not have a ton of guys that I think potentially even would get drafted. But we might have interest in drafting a catcher here if we see anybody interesting. Obviously, we do have Susak, we do have Haas, and we do have Jesus. But, see a good enough player. And also like a backup infielder, backup outfielder. I'd be open to taking, probably one player in the Rule 5 draft. Or even like a relief arm. There's always you're always looking at the options. Not a crazy amount of talent here that you'd probably be looking towards. I mean, Jacob Melton looks like quite a good player for a Rule 5 pick. How did our last scout like him? Not as much. That'd be worth potentially taking a look. I know our overall scouting is low, but you can kind of just keep on the roster for now and not worry about it. Aside from that, yeah, not a whole lot. Trying to look at guys potentially that you can look at batting potential. I want to look at versus righties and lefty splits. Maybe a guy that mashes lefties or mashes righties or something. Jackie Noel, obviously. Prefer looking at potential as well here. I could look at the younger players in this list. I mean, it's just worth going from here. Taking a quick look at these guys. I mean, they just don't have a ton of potential. But if you look at a guy like Jonathan Classe, really the question of, I mean, he's a fine center fielder, but not a good enough hitter. Realistically, to keep him on the roster, Reggio's fine. All these players are a little bit older. You'd be looking at with the higher potential here, and probably honestly the guys you'd be considering with this pick. Morabito, it's fine versus lefties, but not crazy. Summer Bush like a crazy center fielder, not really. Yeah, so it'd really just be Jacob Melton in terms of the guys that I'd be looking at here. And he's a lefty. He's fine versus righties. I'd consider it maybe. He's not really a center fielder, corner outfielder that can play center field. But as a backup outfielder, it's not a bad option. Looking at the pitchers here, and Roby's the clear one, though he is 25, so maybe you're looking more at, Andrew Walters, not a bad relief option. He's definitely got the stuff. It's really just like, is he good enough with everything else? And I don't think we're gonna be taking him. So, not a ton of crazy names here, to be completely honest with you. Robersi is fine, but he's 25. Like, as a starting pitcher, like, maybe you could get something out of him, but I'm not really confident in that. So really, the biggest name here is definitely Serwinowski for the Dodgers. Guy that could potentially be a starting pitcher. Only 22 right now, but like definitely not MLB ready. So it'd really be like he'd be a liability right now in an MLB roster. But looking at the kind of pitcher that he is, I mean, could become a starter. So I definitely consider taking him as well with a Rule 5 pick. Just looking if anybody, I guess I can just sim. Who was taken? Nobody really that I was looking at. Walters was taken, Drew Rom was taken, Chase Young was taken. So both Serwinowski and the Jacob Melton are here. How does my last scout feel about Serwinowski? I'm okay with having him on the roster here. You're looking at a value pick here. You don't have to keep him, keep him on the roster if you think it's not for the best of your team. But I love to also steal a pitcher from the Dodgers, so I also had to clear out a space here. Clear out a space. Should clear out a couple of them. Do not need either of these pitch players on the 40 man. So I will go Serwinowski first, and then I'll probably take Melton with the next pick. Get a little bit of scouting done on them. Assuming he's still here, obviously. And he is. taking more players than anybody else, but obviously, like, there's not really any downside. You can always return them if you want to. I'm gonna check on my thing that I got going real quick. Hold on. All right, it's getting close to done. So we got our guys here. We got our guys. Do not need. Did anybody else take anybody else? Angels are just taking players. Nobody else cares past the second round. I guess they only took 3 players, but so add those guys to our roster right now. Obviously, not going to guarantee they're going to make the opening day roster. We are trying to compete, but we'll also get a scouting job done on them real quickly. Just because we're not super confident in their talent at the moment. Where is Jacob Melton? There we go. And how are we looking on the free agency in general? Okay, everyone looks fairly happy. Maybe like makes it so we don't feel like we have to pick up Gratterall. We have been pretty pressured to do that, but so the Dolo and free agents are in on the trade block was not good at all last year. But you really feel like he could be a starting pitcher for you. And the price is it's honestly kind of high. They're just gonna like take Jacob Melton off my hands right now. Weird. This game sometimes, you know. Anybody else really that I want on the trading block? Ooh, not particularly. Obviously, I just took a look at it not too long ago, but can't play. Ernie can't play center field. Yeah, I don't really know if anybody here would improve us at the moment. Springer can't play center field. He's a little old for that. A little bit old. So I think we will continue for now. Continue. Get a trade proposal, a Voldy extended. It's not too bad for the Rangers. Obviously, he's getting older, but still a pretty good pitcher. What was this trade proposal? They want Joswar? I don't trade Joswar. He's cool. He's also in a development thingy. So, don't really want to trade him, I guess, is my short story long. We do sign Tarik Skubal. That is very, very nice. It makes us quite a bit better. Jonah Cox is going to get, unfortunately, DFA'd. And Skubal is going to immediately make this team a hopeful World Series contender. Are paying him a lot of money, but realistically, it's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 year deal. It's not like crazy. He's 30. Hopefully we can, make sure he's not dealing with any injuries, get him through a couple of programs, stuff like that. He's a team leader, works hard. We'd like to see it. Right now, Wizenhunt is going to work out of the pen. Good lefty for us. Obviously creates kind of a log jam here. So you could see us, maybe looking to move one of these guys or maybe a couple of them here in our bullpen if we think it's the right option. Do we think it's the right option? I haven't really thought about it yet. Not really thought about it. We just got so many lefties right now. Obviously, there's no chance Cage is gonna make the team realistically. Probably gonna be a AAA player for us. But I'm happy to have him in AAA. He's very okay for us last year and came in clutch during the playoffs. Romero is basically guaranteed to make the team. McDonald's going to be in AAA, just realistically. He was fine, started some games for us, but Birdsong's gonna start the year in AAA probably, maybe on the IL. It's a little bit weird with him coming off this injury, and obviously we don't know how he's going to recover from it. We'll see if we can afford to keep Serwanowski here. Looking at 39 overall, 49 potential. I'm gonna honestly, I'm gonna return him right now. There's no chance he's going to be, worth that roster spot. So I'll respect him, make him not have to travel out to San Fran. Um, and how does Melton look? Not quite as good as we hoped. Which I'm not surprised about, obviously. He's still like, I could see us still keeping him just as, a solid bench bat, maybe. Not gonna say that we're going to keep him on the roster, and I don't know if we will. We might have a better option as a backup, but it's a wait and see. Taylor Clark wants more money. Gratterall's getting close to signing. I will bump this a little bit. I think this is just such a fair deal here. Really would love to have him in the pen. I know it's a little bit of a log jam, but I like having good pen arms. It's how I roll. I'll cut good players. I'll spend excess money to have a good bullpen and a bullpen that I can trust. Um, yeah. Yeah. Tyler Austin signs. That's actually big. It's huge. I like having him a lot. Gets me a player to hit lefties really, really well. Um, is there any of these center fielders that I want to consider right now? Like who's signed? Trent Grisham's still not signed. He hasn't really spoken to teams. Chisholm hasn't signed. He hasn't really spoken to teams. And Varsho in this. Oh, Varsho has gotten some conversations, so he's probably gonna be out of the picture for us. But it's really just I think Grisham's gonna be our one option there that sticks out. And for the catchers, I really don't see us pursuing any of these players. I just don't think they improve us. We could obviously look to potentially trade for a catcher. Question then becomes, what assets are you moving? I think Wizenhunt maybe the best asset that you have. And you see the returns are not terrible. I mean, you could get Ezekiel Tovar is not a bad player, obviously, but not a catcher. Don't really need a shortstop. Got Willie Adames. Doesn't make sense for us to make that trade. And Jay Crooks is fine, but not really an improvement for us. He's really got to develop to be able to be that guy and not a great defender. So it really is the Rockies with the best offers here. Um, Question is, do they have a catcher they'd be willing to trade us? And is that catcher good enough? Hunter Goodman, I don't think they're going to trade him to us. They're not. Who's their backup? Not very good. Who is a catcher prospect that they have that they might trade us? Nobody. Nobody really. Yeah, I'll probably hold off on doing anything like that then. Do we have any other assets that I'd really consider moving? Nobody in our pen is going to be an asset. Looking at the lineup, and I mean, again, not really. I'd obviously consider moving Susak. I don't think we're going to get much out of him. Realistically, Susak is just not going to make the team. But I'm obviously not going to trade him to take on a bad contract in Brian Bayo. So probably stick with what we're doing here. Hopefully we can get both Gratterall and Clark. I don't even know if we want Gratterall at this point, but definitely still improves us. Looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 guaranteed spots right now. So maybe we do have to withdraw that offer to Gratterall. Looking at the injury history, looking at who we have in the pen now, I trust our bullpen. Maybe Taylor Clark is just the better option there. 2 years, 14 million is a lot of money. For a fragile pitcher, it really hasn't, shown that much success. But he was so good last year for the Dodgers, and it really feels like he could be our closer. Um, I think the bottom line is we only need one of them, right? We just straight up do not need both Taylor Clark and Gratterall. And I think I'd lean Gratterall. I think I would. I think I would. So we're just gonna hire the. Oh, that's a Carson Kelly back to Detroit. It's a pretty significant contract there. I would have considered him for like a very cheap contract, but I didn't think it was worth paying him. So Matthew Boyd back to Detroit for $20 million a year is crazy for Matthew Boyd at this point in his career. Obviously a good player, but would not give him that money with his age. Who is Corey Lustgarten? Why is he making money? Why'd they pay him? I guess he's a starter. Was he overseas? He's the guy that was overseas, maybe? Yeah. Can't say I'm particularly or would have been particularly interested. Bessia gets the big $20 million deal. Conforto gets a 5-year, $44 million deal. Not a ton of money, but that's a long-term deal for Conforto. A lot of frustrateds, some on tracks. Kind of just, keep with it. Hope that they turn it around a bit. Luis Robert signs with the D-backs. We were not going to match that deal in any sort of capacity. So, fine with that, definitely. I guess we can kind of just sim at this point until something happens. Don't need anything but center fielder and catcher, and there's not really a way for us to improve at catcher right now. Maybe it would be a trade deadline thing. Gratterall does sign, so we just don't need another relief pitcher, another righty relief pitcher. So I think I have to withdraw this offer from Taylor Clark, unfortunately. Obviously a very good player, but too many cooks in the kitchen sort of deal. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So there's 8 guaranteed players that are going to make the roster right now, and obviously I can't add another one, or relievers that are going to make the roster, because you can only have 13. I mean, I will only have 13. Is there a rule that you can only have 13? Forget. Is it like you need 13 pitchers, 13 batters, or you need a certain amount of like, something like that. Forget which. If I was like normally thinking about it, I could figure it out. So unfortunately, we're gonna withdraw these offers here. We have our pitching staff, pretty comfortable with that. Definitely still potentially looking at bringing in some of these good batters here. Probably not Max Kepler. Not a bad hitter, but really just doesn't offer that much to our team specifically. So it's really just waiting on Trent Grisham. If he decides that we are the best offer for him, come later this free agency period, probably. Gary Sanchez signs. Yeah, these guys. Who's the guy that is actually good? Tamayo? Yeah, we obviously have to push for him. Really the only talented, the Hoosier Thunderbolt. Really the only talented player in this class. This class. This class. So yeah. So yeah. Jake Bauers signs. Hayden Birdsong recovering well. Makes him a potential option. Obviously, he's still pretty raw. Like, could definitely just see him starting in AAA for us. That's a really affordable contract for Jake Bauers. Obviously, we could not really have put him in a place on our team with Bryce Eldridge, but that is super affordable for him. Any catchers on the trading block now? It's probably going to look about the same. Yeah. Salvi's the best player here, and can't say I think he's an improvement at this stage in his career. Maybe we can take a quick look for not here. We can do something like this. Maybe it's under reports and info. Find a player. We can go to hitters, catcher. Just kind of go to like 50 overall. And problem is we can't obviously search for players that would actually be interested in coming over. Basically, players that would be available for trade. So you're really looking at teams that are in rebuild mode, probably. Are in rebuild mode. Who is that? That's the Orioles. They already traded their catcher. They probably would not be interested in trading Basayo. Very much assume. Yeah. What if we added Will Warren? Obviously, they were interested in him earlier in free agency. No, not even close. Not even close. Do they value Walcott more than they value a lot? A lot more. So I'm glad they got their trade. Wouldn't really have made sense to do a Will Warren for Adley trade for their side of the deal. Um, why is it Tait? Why is he on the active roster? Is he a twin in real life? He was traded for Duran. Yeah, okay. I do remember that. I was trying to figure out how I knew his name. Um, just this is the active roster. Who is their catcher? This guy? He's not very good. He's not very good, unfortunately. Um, you got the Pirates. Joey Bart, not really an improvement for us. Maybe we just go into the season with Hasi and then kind of see what we can do during the regular season. I think it's going to be the optimal strategy for us. Let's sign some international guys. Let's do it. And we do have to fill out this AAA roster pretty soon. I did set it so they should sign guys when they need to. Yeah. Our minor league like group is just a little bit shallow. But we can add guys once we get to like preseason area. I will wait till then to sort out my minor league stuff. Bubich. What do you mean $237 million? Who decided? Also the Guardians. That's like the most unrealistic thing I've ever seen in Out of the Park. And seen a lot of unrealistic things in Out of the Park. That's still going. Anything else kind of interesting? Eugenio Suarez gets signed. It's a bigger contract than I thought he would get. We could do the Sonny Gray signs. That's a solid deal for him. Still a pretty good player though. Oh, so automatically happened. That's fine. I think Tamayo is pretty obviously the guy here. Pretty obviously the best player. Anthony Volpe opens a restaurant. Very cool. Very cool. Let's get this international stuff ahead. Is there anybody that we'd even be like potentially interested in aside from Tamaya? He's obviously the best player here. Has the most potential, has the stuff, 70 potential. Can immediately go in rookie league and, be fine. That splitter needs some work though. We can get the second best player, and it's definitely Hector Lopez. Might actually be even a little bit more developed than Tamayo is at this point, but I mean, 75 stamina. It's absolutely ridiculous. Kind of just got to give him however much money we have, because I don't want to think about it either. It's kind of just the strategy. 6250, and he likes us quite a bit, so hopefully he just signs for that. 6250, 000. Chill. He's just far and away the best player in the group, so I am not scared to give him that money. Chris Sanchez, karaoke star, loves singing all night long without drinking anything more than a water with a lemon. That's kind of cool, I guess. All night long, water with a lemon. I don't like lemon in my water. Why do you put lemon in water? I mean, I'm sure like people like it. I don't like it though. It just makes the water taste bad. Though I also don't like restaurant water in general. I think obviously like some restaurants have fine water, but then other $40 million for Casey Mines. What is this market? But then like some restaurants have the worst water you've ever tasted. There's only like some restaurants. I don't really know why. I drink like tap water. Like I don't mind tap water at all. It's just like restaurant water I don't like. Um, I got distracted. I still like Grisham theoretically. I don't think he's gotten a contract extended to him. And keeping an eye out for a catcher eventually, I suppose. Duran on the trading block again. It would probably cost too much to get him. And yeah, that's too much. That is, in fact, too much. How much is he making? Only 13 milli. He'll be a free agent after this year. It's just clearly not worth it for us to trade our guys for him. Yep. Nickel pitchers. I mean, we really just don't need them at this point after signing Scoobs. So, I'm chilling. I am chilling. Did we get our international free agent dude? Let's see. Let us see. He does ink the deal. Glad to have him. Stay in the international complex for a little bit. Actually, you can probably fare fine in the DSL. Probably move him there before the year. Actually, I think it automatically does it, doesn't it? No Hall of Famers this year. Figured I really didn't have to look. Buster Posey, former Giant, now their GM. Ooh. Who is Dragoo? That's a crazy last name. Joel Dragoo. I'll never forget it now. Forever remember my guy, Joel Dragoo. Taylor Clark signs with the Dodgers. Clemio Doval making money. Not even making that much. Does get an actual 3-year deal though, without any options with the Braves. Verlander comes back to the Tigers. Sure. Sure, I suppose. He's still playing, which is kind of crazy. Not gonna lie. Hap signs a deal. Mize reaches is crazy. It's got to be like 36 million. Yeah. Ooh. Why? Why? Like I'd definitely rather just sign Clay Holmes. Didn't have a very good year last year though. Between the Mets and the Pirates. Was this a Circo deal was fine. I wouldn't have wanted a 3-year deal for him though. It's a little bit long. But I'd say overall looking pretty good. Pretty good. This is where I do want to sort out my minor league stuff, so we can do that real quick. Why is Tamayo and oh, it's because I was looking at that. So looking at the guys in here, I mean, we can immediately bump him to DSL. He is definitely prepped for it that level. This is a little bit more fringy here. I think they should automatically do it. I'm not too worried about it. Just want to look at guys that can potentially go into the next level here, which would be what, 32, 35. This would be, yeah, he's really way too good for the DSL. Probably be the ACL, the Arizona Complex League, or the Florida Complex League, one of the two. He's definitely not ready for single A. Maybe he is. Maybe he can play in single A. Might actually be fine to do that. He has played an A+ ball, so I'm gonna move him straight to single A. And he should be a good fit there. You want me to bring up, can I just sort by overall? Yeah. Why is this guy apparently not ready? I mean, he wasn't very good last year, but like, feels like maybe he could go to single A, maybe. Maybe he can't though. He's really good for the Dominican Rookie League. I don't know, you don't really ever send them from this rookie league to the complex league, do you? Or is that a thing that you do? Feels like you could definitely do that with him, but he's also not really ready for that, if I'm completely honest with you. Um, a lot of these guys just not super prepared for that level in my mind. Maybe Julian is more prepared than anybody else. Um, they want me to bring this guy up. I don't really see that. He just doesn't really have the control or anything like that. Was quite good in the rookie leagues last season. It's like maybe, but I don't trust my scout. And keep him here for now. Uh, it's a giant, yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna keep him in the DSL to start the season at least. It's a better spot for him. Just looking at these guys, I think the one guy that I definitely consider is Julian, but and really hasn't shown that he can outperform DSL. And he showed he can. Maybe I do move him up to the Arizona Complex League. Um, and see what he can do. Elkins Villarreal. There we go. And then we can go from here. This is my first time doing this, so it'll take just a little bit. Actually, I should do it in here. Because then you can kind of look at what is this? Ineligible. Interesting. Okay, so these guys have to move on to a higher level because they're older. So we can either cut them or move them to a higher league here. I guess we can move them to the airs. Oh, maybe we just cut him then, because he's got to be in single A. And he's not ready for that, so I think the move is to release him. Basically, if they're not ready and they're 22, it's just not really worth holding on to them in the roster. Same with Custodio. And that should be better. So they were all ineligible. Kamakaro is ineligible, and he is not ready for A ball. So probably just cut him. Concepcion, same thing, not ready for A ball. And same thing with Tandron. So obviously we got to fill out this roster by the time whatever comes, but shouldn't be too bad to do that. And not really anybody else that's ready to move on to the next level. Yeah, this squad here. Alex Hernandez is the one that's pretty like obvious. No reason for him not to be in A ball. He's not like good, but I don't mind. Jose definitely not ready. Franier we can cut. And we can move these guys between these rosters as well if we need to. And these guys should be fine. Really not anybody here that you feel like, or we feel like we have to bring up. Just pretty raw in general. So this is Abe. Oh no, this is also our rookie league. Actually, quite a few players here that you might consider. I think we're gonna keep Chase Hyde in the rookie league for now, just because coming off of a torn UCL. Darren Smith has played in Double A. He's 27. Honestly, like he can go back to Double A. Is he outmatched in Double A? Like, I don't know why he's in this. He's fine in Double A. I don't know why he's on this roster. Selfig is fine for single A, even though he hasn't really been there yet. I mean, I want to get the scouting report on Hyde. He's coming back from a torn UCL, though, so I will keep him at that level. Selvig should be fine to start in single A next year. Titsworth is definitely fine to start in. He can start in A plus ball. Was there last year and was fine. Barrett, he's an older prospect, but I'm okay with him starting in the Arizona Complex League. Same with Kranzler. Just doesn't look dominant for this league, so I'm okay with him being here. And he hasn't shown that he can play at this level, at a high level. Pineda, I mean, honestly, I think he can start in A ball. Kind of struggled there the last time he was there, but did play there last year and was, I mean, the stats tell me he can play there, sort of deal. So he has 22. Sides will start in rookie ball. Our scout loves him. Oh, that's because everything's compared to A ball. I was like, why does our scout like him that much? It's actually insane. Yeah, I'll start him in rookie ball here. Morton, I think it's fine to start in rookie ball. Yeah, I think all these guys I'm pretty comfortable staying here. Maybe Jeremiah Jenkins could move up. I mean, he played most of the year last year in single A, so I'd be okay with that. Plus he's 23, so at a certain point you're kind of old. Um, yeah, Yang is not that good. Maybe he could play an A ball, but I mean that'd be pretty. This guy has played an A ball, but I do want him to start in the rookie leagues. If he's only played an A ball, I think he's going to be more comfortable in the rookie leagues this season. So yeah, I think that's where we're going to start from there. And the rest of the players will start in the rookie leagues. How is that team looking overall? How is this team looking overall? This team's more full than Giants Black. This team looks pretty full as well, but you got some guys that are definitely not eligible. Um, so really the question becomes, do you want to move them up or do you just want to cut them? And I think for a lot of these guys, there's just not that much reason to keep them on the team. At least not with Yos Naker. There's not much real reason to keep him on the team. Only like 39 potential. Same with Guzman. Like he could play in single A maybe, but at least Rayner has like some potential. It's only 20. Can play in single A, so we'll move him there. And that'll be his spot for this season. Definitely this team. Also a little bit shallow. Uh, Daron can probably get cut. And then Narvaez can get cut as well. So obviously this team's looking a little shallow. But my minor league manager should be able to handle that, I think. Or my assistant GM, technically, is the one who handles it. Looking at A plus ball, or A ball, with these guys that are kind of have to move up at this point. Let's move him there. Are these guys eligible for A plus ball as well? I didn't know there was rules for A plus ball, to be honest with you. I mean, they're ready enough. They're ready enough. Reckley, it's fine. Is there anybody that deserves it on merit, though? Is the biggest question. Kova, I'd like to see get a year in here. Or like not a full year. Same as Selvig. Sealy was pretty good in A-ball, but I'm fine with him starting here. Del Vecchio. Pitched a full season here, but like it's okay to start him here again. Yeah. Camden Johnson might be the one that I consider starting up an A plus ball. He's pretty strong in A ball last season. He's put in his time there, and I think he's probably ready for A ball at this point. So I will put him there. Beltre's like fine. He played in Double A last season, which is kind of crazy. I'm happy with him in A-ball though. Um, George, same thing. Played in A-ball, was okay. Yeah. This guy played in Double A and wasn't too bad, but maybe he'd be fine in A plus ball. Maybe I'll move this guy to A plus ball. He played in Double A. He played in A plus ball. It's quite good. This guy's good in Single A. This guy's good in Single A. Pitched a full season last year and was kind of bad. This is where you're starting to get into like, okay, these guys are a little bit raw. Yetchak isn't too bad of a player. How's he as a starter? He's actually, who is this guy? Oh, because this is relative. I keep forgetting that my numbers are relative. I thought he was like a insane prospect for a second there. He's an interesting prospect. It's really just like he's not there on the pitching side compared to where he is on the hitting side. And question becomes, do we want him to continue pitching? Because I think that is a genuine question. The answer is no. Like, there's not any real reason to. Just a better third baseman. So I will go into strategy and kind of make it so he does not pitch. Can I make it so he does not pitch? I want him to not be a two-way player. Um, how do I do that? Don't use as a two-way player. That should fix it. I really don't want him pitching. He's also old. Like, really old. Definitely fine with him in A plus ball. This guy's fine. He can use another year in A ball though. This guy played in A plus ball and was okay. I'm definitely okay with him pitching in A ball again though. Just looking at where our scouts at on him. Looked at Jeremiah Jenkins and I said like maybe he can be in A plus ball. He's a little older. He has played there. I will move him there. Definitely want him to stay in A ball here. Yeah. So I think that's gonna be it. Did we just draft Walk? Yeah. I've just heard the name. I didn't personally draft him, obviously. It was like the 17th round automatic, but I feel like he's like an actual draft prospect, or at least was at some point. Okay. Yeah, I think this is solid. Everyone else I'm definitely fine keeping at A ball. I do want to look at this team real quick though. The A ball team. They're definitely a little shallow in terms of the hitting core. So hopefully they add a few guys to that group. And quite a few players in A plus ball right now. Probably should take care of. Obviously, we can cut some of them if we don't think they should stay with the team. First off, is there any? I should probably look at the merited increases first. I mean, they're all gonna be merited. Actually, some of these guys can't stay in Double A. Like, why are they ineligible for Double A? Hello. Um, I'm good. Jeremy Maldonado. Um, I don't know. A plus ball. Can he pitch in Double A? Not really. Might as well cut him at this point. He's 23. 23. Jose T. Perez is also 23 and is kind of bad. There's no reason to keep him on the team. Um, Hilliard's kind of bad. I mean, I don't mind moving this guy up to double A. I don't mind. It's going good. I'm chilling. I'm chilling. Kind of just going. Tired day today. We're going. Double A. And a lot of these guys can potentially go to single A, I guess, if I have to put them there. There's just a lot of pitchers that I gotta deal with. There's a lot of players here that I gotta deal with. 37 should probably, like, either move up or down 7 of them, I guess. It's not a ton that can move up. Bybee, maybe. I don't really want him moving up. He hasn't pitched above A plus ball. Um, this guy technically has pitched. He can go to double A. Whoops. He can go to double A. This guy hasn't pitched above A ball. This guy's played an A plus ball. He could play in double A, but I kind of want him to start an A plus ball. This guy's actually good enough to play in double A, but he's only a 48 overall. He's fine though. Like, he hit fine enough. He can start in double A this season. Moore definitely want to start an A plus ball this season. This guy start an A plus ball. I assume I can move some of these guys down. Um, Switalski. Um, 23. 1.3 WAR, A plus ball. I mean, he's just gonna stay here. I mean, these guys are fine. These guys are fine. I just gotta, like, cut some of these guys realistically. This guy can play A plus ball. He's not gonna be in double A though. Kind of whatever. This guy was actually good in A plus ball, but I don't trust him in double A. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I feel like I can't really bring any of these guys up past this level. They'll be like a 44 overall. I mean, obviously, I like could. They could play in double A, and I'm sure I have worse players on my double A squad. Looking at it. It's a lot of work trying to sort through these guys. Actually, I don't have that many worse players on my double A squad. So maybe I do just, like, cut some old guys. On my A plus squad. Like, I don't need Daniel Rogers, right? There's too many hitters here. Too many hitters, too many pitchers. So let's just do this. Say bye to some of them. Hilliard's not good. Liam Simon is not good. Some of these guys I can bring up. I mean, this is okay, actually. This is like a fair number of guys on the roster. Um, I mean, I'm chilling with this. I'm not gonna talk about other games right now. If you wanted to, you could look at my, like, YouTube where it's, like, saved. There's cool stuff there. I was playing Pokemon for a while. I'd come here on and off and do stuff. But frankly, it sounds like you're trying to sell me something. And if you're trying to sell me something, you're gonna get banned kind of quick. If you're not trying to sell me something, you're chill. I'm chill with you. Walker Martin. Jeremiah Jenkins. I just talked about this guy. I've played Red Dead 2. I don't like it as much as Red Dead 1. Red Dead 1's better. It's more fun. It's, like, cartoony. There is a cool snake oil salesman in that game, and I vibe with him. It's been a while since I've played it, though. I don't get the feeling you know what Out of the Park is. And you're missing out. It's one of the best games of all time. Spreadsheet Simulator. I'm not. I'm kind of just chilling today. Uh, Not in the super. Like I'm kind of just here to be here. Hipwell. Is there anybody I want to cut? Basically, I do have a schedule. Well, technically, I'm very inconsistent with it. Um, Basically, I had a schedule. I'm just here sometimes. I try to do like Saturday, Tuesday, Thursday. Doing Out of the Park right now. Probably won't last very long. I'll go to something else and have fun with it. I didn't go for a while and now I'm going again. This is fine. 32 players. I can deal with that. Do we still have too many? We have two catchers. Yeah, that's like fine-ish, I guess. All these guys actually kind of have potential. And you can obviously move some of these guys up, but whatever. Whatever. I'm cutting Zane Zielinski. He's genuinely awful. So bad. This guy at least has like potential. Some of these guys just should not be in double A. And it sounds like a pain to try to fix my entire roster. Like this guy obviously should not be in double A. He's 19, man. And he's also not good. He arguably should be in single A. He definitely should be in single A. He's actually very good in single A. I would be fine with playing him in double A or A plus ball. So that's where he'll be. He'll be there. Um, Anybody that can move to triple A maybe? Nope. Just Flora. He's gonna start in double A again probably. Just for the first couple of starts, and then I'll move him up. Try to get him into the MLB as soon as possible. A lot more players here, but I'm gonna cut a couple of these guys because they're not good. Basically. They're not particularly good. And this team looks better. This team is actually like a team, except I don't have enough players, but it's almost a team, which is cool. And these guys are all fine. I could obviously like move like Turner Hill up or something. I don't think he's good enough. Yeah, he's like a 48 overall in AAA. Like, could Vreeling play in AAA? Yeah, definitely don't need him to. If I literally don't need him to. Definitely a little shallow overall here. Obviously, a lot of guys are MLB roster right now, but still we'll have to fill some roles throughout our minor leagues. And hopefully they automatically do that. See, that's where the set like I've seen it before. That's where you get banned. That's where you get the instant. And you come back and you get banned again. I love the bots, man. They're so funny. It's so funny to like. I'm so tempted to like just sniff them out like instantly every time. But what if it's somebody that's just really really freaking weird? You know? It could be. I don't want to make fun of somebody that's really really weird. Um. Okay. This is fine. This is fine. Arteaga's is bad, but he's also 23, so he should be in double A or like high A or something. Should not be here as a 40 overall. Like honestly, should be in high A. IMO is not good enough to be a double A player. Oh, he can't. He's getting cut, unfortunately. I don't want him on my team. So I think that's good. I don't know how we have so few players overall in our org. I guess I need to filter out a little bit from double A because you still have 33 players in double A. I get so distracted by the bots. An RL person, I can, it might not even be a bot, it's just like an automated thing. But I get so distracted by it because I'm like trying to figure out what I got to do with it, you know? So what is that banner? It's so funny. The profile picture is like the deadest giveaway I've ever seen. Um, friendly chats, unforgettable moments. Like what? What? All right. I think still going. It is. It's actually kind of crazy. What am I doing? Double A pitchers. Still got too many of these guys, apparently. No, we're chilling double A. So this, where are we not chill? Single A now? Yeah, it's A plus ball. We got too many players here. So I guess we can move some guys down, assuming they can go down. Otherwise, I can just cut them, I guess. Yeah, I'm fine with that. We definitely need some players to fill up our AAA roster, but you got 7 here. That'll even out pretty well. So it's really just our lower levels that need more balance, and maybe the international complex will help that. Really, I don't think it will, but um, I think it's just a couple of these guys probably have to move down because they're not very good. So A plus ball. There's too many guys in this lineup. Honestly, level is good enough to be here, so I'm not gonna move him. Same with Lucas Moore. Lisbel Diaz, I guess you could move down, but there's not really any reason to. Like, you can definitely play at this level. What about Ryan Reckley? Yeah, he can play Enable. He can play... Oh, he does not match the rules. So I don't know. Like, maybe you just end up cutting some of these guys eventually. I guess it's more about, like, making sure that everybody has like a role on the team when it comes down to it. So we'll figure that out. Like, a lot of these guys obviously just will not play. So what's the point of having them here? Um, yeah, basically. Basically. You might as well like move some guys up or whatever. Yeah, I'm more focused on like development, so maybe you just cut some of these guys that would not have a role. Um, Potentially, and you can look at their actual potential and you can be like, these guys are bad and will never have a role. So like, why are they in the org? And that's what I'll do. Rod Barajas Jr. I mean, he's fine. We need 2 catchers on this team, so these guys I think are more justifiably here, I guess. Now you're down to 31, so that might be fine for now, maybe. And move a couple of these guys up into the double A lineup. What do we need here? We need a first base is kind of bad. Outfield kind of bad. Everything kind of bad. Kind of just deciding like who we think can move up from here, but it's really not anybody. Nobody's really ready for that, so I don't know. I don't know. We'll figure it out. I don't think any of these guys should move down though, so kind of just got to deal with it how we deal with it and move from there. If we see any, I guess it really doesn't matter. If we see any interesting like free agents that we think could actually help the team, I don't think Jonathan India is one of them. I really don't. Not enough of like a splits guy and not good enough of a player to really warrant it. Don't think Miles Straw will help the team. We have a backup center fielder that I'm honestly fine with. Don't need Krichik. Dylan Moore, maybe? It's like a backup everything. You can get him for like nothing. Definitely doesn't feel like a bad move, though he was just so awful hitting wise last season. Did he won 2024 AL Gold Glove at some position? Um Schumann, don't really feel like we need, and then you're just getting into like players are actually not good. So I don't know. I don't know. I feel like we should be fine. I feel like we should be fine. I still want Grisham. I still kind of want Grisham, but still probably stuck at like 2 years, 22 a year, no player option, something like that. And he's not buying it. He's not buying that it's a good deal for him. Any pitchers that I am interested in potentially like picking up for no money? I really don't think so. Not really anybody here that I could see having a impact for me. So probably Ray here again. Cool, I guess. I suppose. Hopefully our dev lab goes well. That'd be chill. Whitman is just not good. Cray is just not good. Everybody's just not that great. Tamayo, I believe in. I believe in with my whole heart. My first season went insane. Like I genuinely we started the year at where the Giants are at now, right? Where we weren't very good. I can't actually look at it. I can't look at 2026 or whatever. Um, I don't know. But we started the year where we were like, we can look at the team right now. I traded a bunch of players at the trade deadline where it was like we randomly went on a massive win streak and just like we're good for no reason. The team was really bad, but for some reason we just kept winning and I didn't expect it. So we kind of did like a restructure, I guess, where I traded away a Rise because he was a impending free agent. I traded away Harrison Bader because Drew Gilbert was honestly just playing just as well. Brought Dylan Beavers in, who did really well for us last year and definitely deserved a spot on this roster and just freed up room for the season. Brought in Will Warren was a big pickup for us. He was actually terrible in the postseason. But then we made an genuinely insane postseason run, and we're a few outs away from a World Series with one of the worst teams I've ever seen to make the playoffs. And we went like our win percentage was like 576 or something. It was one of those miracle teams that just could not fail for whatever reason. We started the year like, what are the Giants at now? Like 28 and 39 or something like that. Giants record. And then we just literally just won the rest of the season. 28 and 41. We just kept winning and made the playoffs, and I had no plans to. But now I feel like I have to like win, so I paid Tarik Skubal $1 million. I think this is the first rebuild in literally forever where I actually have money, or I've actually decided to use money. Um, so I'll have fun with it. I just like having a team that has a high draft pick the first year, so I can grab a good player. That's what the Giants had the fourth overall pick. I took Flora with it. We'll see if he can get up at some point this season. Kind of just gonna get prepped for this next year here, and then I'll probably sim it the next time I play. Probably do that. Kind of hoping we can retool in center field right now. I mean, Drew Gilbert's fine, but I was kind of hoping. Also, this guy that just came from Japan apparently filed for bankruptcy after making an insane, like signing a giant contract. I guess it's not that big of a contract. It's only 12 million. It's not too bad. It's not too bad. His restaurant failed though. He needs that money now. Um, yeah. I kind of want to potentially bring in. Oh, he got signed. He got signed. What was the contract like? Randall Grichuk. I didn't want to pay him long term. Was the problem? Is that how you spell it? No, it's not Randall Grichuk. It's what's his name? Should be able to find it in here. I feel like it would have mentioned it to me as well. Signed Dylan Moore. Oh, Randall. Yeah, Trent Grisham. That's what I meant. What does this deal look like? Yeah, that's too much. That would have been too much for me. Too much for Trent Grisham. It's too long for Trent Grisham. He's gonna be a left fielder in like -2 years, aka next season probably. He's gonna lose all his center fielding talent. So we are running into the season with either Jesus or kind of like a platoon of Jesus and Eric Haas at catcher, and then probably just Drew Gilbert and again a platoon of Drew Gilbert and Jared Olivia in center field potentially. It's not great, but considering we almost won the World Series last time, or almost made the World Series at least, it can be done with this team. This team is definitely better than the team last season, which means we're going to go like we're not going to make the playoffs. We're not going to get close, basically. I did consider Jazz Chisholm as well. I just don't know. I don't want to pay him. I think he's actually going to make money too. New diet, new Jeroma. Also, we get to see the dev lab. That's always fun. I never like to spoil myself by looking at it beforehand. Cool. Yes, he is a player. He participated in an unorthodox conditioning program outside the country. Do I have to do anything, or do I just sim? I guess I gotta like build my spring training roster. Why does our AAA team have no players? Because all my 40-man players are on my roster. That's why. So just bring up some of these guys. Where's Flora? Yeah, honestly, that's one of my biggest problems with Out of the Park. I feel like I don't know. I've been playing the game a long time. Like, I think the first one I played was like 17 or something like that. But I do not like the crazy waiver claims, the crazy like young players that randomly get into free agency. So I do try not to abuse that because I know there's like some of them are just juice for no reason. I don't like to abuse it. I'm a realist as much as possible in Out of the Park. That's how I have fun with it. But I mean, there's a lot of problems with Out of the Park. That's one of them. So if there's like a genuinely like, okay, this guy can contribute, but he's not. He shouldn't. He's. It's like fine. He's a waiver pickup. I could definitely do that. Either way, like I think Drew Gilbert's going to be a fine option for us. Um, put up 1.7 more last season. Good hitter. Well, I like having a platoon, and he's a really nice platoon versus righties most of the time. So not like it's not a bad option. Honestly, catcher is way weaker. If you look at like where's catcher? What just hitters? Jesus and Haas are a bigger problem, especially with the way like, and it's maybe like overvaluing the playoffs too much, but Haase was so bad in the playoffs for us last season. It was a genuine problem. He's only a 46 overall, so it'll be a competition between those two probably. Probably just splitting starts most of the time. Could try to sign Jazz for center field. I don't think it's that a big enough improvement. Even if he costs no money, I don't know. I don't even know if it is like an improvement. And it probably is, but it probably is. He's 29, and I have to like pay him. And I like having Drew Gilbert, so I don't think it's like a big enough improvement that I'm gonna shell out the money. Is there anybody else that I want to sign before the season? I don't like Marcelo Zuna, so I won't sign him. Maybe a catcher. Yeah, bringing in Tyler Stevenson's not a bad option if it's free. If it's free, I don't mind. Jake Rogers is okay. Probably less interested in him though. I was thinking also like backup outfielder, like a righty outfielder. I wouldn't mind bringing in. Probably, I mean, Fraley's a righty or a lefty. Um, Gurriel is a righty. It's not very good, but he can kind of hit lefties. But he can only play left field. Like he's such a bad fielder. Straw just can't really hit. And I assume his platoons are not crazy either. He's definitely better versus lefties, but I still can't really imagine he'd make my opening day roster. And with these guys, I like to at least like have them be an option, I guess, is what I like. I gotta be honest, I really don't know who Samad Taylor is. Maybe I've heard of him on the Mariners. These guys just aren't quite good enough, and it makes sense because they're 45 overall. So that'll probably be my one guy. It's Tyler Stevenson. Any pitchers? There's usually not. No, Sandy Alcantara. My brain right now cannot say Alcantara, but it just did, so guess it can. Teacher Cans would be good if he wasn't very injured. And I wouldn't mind bringing Alcantara in. He's a fine option, but I think I have enough pitching. And if he wants a minor league deal, I'll honestly do that. It's not a bad option at all just to have a guy who can do bulk innings. And he wasn't terrible last year. Wasn't good. It wasn't terrible either. Okay. Let's sort out this spring training roster. For this, I'm kind of trying to do things a little bit more in depth. Also, oh, this is not double A, that's why. I obviously want Jackson Flora here. Kind of just want the big prospects. And then whatever players I can find. Let's do this. And try to make sure we have the right general like balance between positions and stuff like that. Like how many pitchers do we have? A lot. What should we have? Like 30 of them? One, two. I don't want to count that. I do not want to count that. Guess I'm doing some work. I'm just gonna move all these guys up. It really doesn't matter. We're gonna have nobody in AAA right now. I don't think there's anybody else that I really want on this roster. Our minor leagues are so bad. And they really should, like, I have it set up so they should sign minor leaguers in general. So I really don't know why they're not doing that. Also, do we have too many pitchers? Almost certainly. That's fine now. I'll survive. I just gotta remember that that guy was in double A. Because it really doesn't matter. So this is the Tyler Austin is not starting. That would be crazy to not start Bryce Eldridge. Would be crazy. This is definitely the raw. Why is Jacob Mellon starting? Like, nah, I'm good. It's definitely gonna be Drew Gilbert. Definitely going to be Drew Gilbert. And then on this side, I am big into like splits. So maybe Olivia is our starting center fielder right now against lefties. I don't really know what the alternate options are that are viable, to be honest. And I don't think there really are any, so he's just not a great center fielder, but workable. Workable. Was not crazy last year or anything, but we'll deal with it. And so they're trying to start Haas versus lefties. Obviously fine. He's quite good against lefties. Or Jesus is still better versus lefties, but not as much better. So yeah, his numbers are basically the same versus righties and lefties. So let's see where this makes sense. Start Jesus versus the righties, start Hasi versus the lefties. Then we just have what position? Left field. Who was ideally a righty here. I guess we still are missing. I know I started Jesus in left field last year. I think it's going to be the same plan. They really haven't added anything on the hitting side of things. I almost traded for Adley, but I waited a bit too long. I wanted to get the Skubal deal done first, and that kind of cost me. But I would have had to trade one of my starting pitchers, so And the Orioles ended up getting a better deal anyways. So good for them, I guess. I don't know. I think he was traded for like Sebastian Walcott, who's a top 10 prospect in this game. And we got a good, very strong pitching arrangement here. Very happy with that at the very least. Jeremiah Jackson's interesting. Quite good against lefties. We utilized him a lot in the playoffs last year. Curious. Just really need him to... Honestly, I want to set him to left field because he's definitely more valuable as a left fielder for us. Maybe he can potentially start there. Is he a better player there than Jesus? I guess is the initial question. I think the answer is yes. He should be starting. He was part of that Dylan Beavers trade. I was going to look at it real quick. What did this trade look like? Oops. Dylan Beavers. I'm trying to remember who. This wasn't the Arise trade. It was the Elliot Ramos trade. That looks quite good for us, I would say. Jackson was valuable in the playoffs last year. Really a platoon guy, but I'd say the is a favorite to make the roster as of right now. Hayden Birdsong coming back from Tommy John probably will not make the initial roster, but it's cool to have him back. All right, anything I have to do right now? I really don't think so. Really don't think so. I want to look at the dev lab stuff basically, and I want this to be always start highest rested. Also, Henkes is the closer. I mean, sure. Do what you want. I'm gonna make Gratterall the closer. And just swap these around. Keaton Wynn was the closer last year. There we go. I think we signed Gratterall to be the closer. I'm gonna have him be the closer. Obviously not insane stuff, but good player. Good player. You gotta trust him. Alright. Let's look at the dev lab results. Let's look at them. Are these any of our players? I don't see them. Dylan Beavers, generate bat speed. Has improved. He does hit it slightly harder now. So hopefully he's going to hit slightly more home runs. It's not super successful. Oh. I didn't know that it would actually, I don't know if I've ever seen it actually decrease after a full program. I've seen it decrease after a partial program, not after a full program. Drew Gilbert getting better. That plate discipline apparently increasing. I mean, my scout does not like his potential, but I'm vibing with him. I don't know why I'm vibing with him. I gotta start him. He's cool. Luis Hernandez, one of our, better prospects, considering our entire prospect pool kind of poor. Getting that power number up a little bit. Potential power rating improves by 5, quite nice. But overall, I'd say kind of not good. I will get the dev lab going for the positional improvements right now. I also increased it to 14 players, obviously. Probably get it for Jesus to improve defense at catcher. Susak, I can't really imagine making a team. Devers, I don't really care. Eldridge, like, maybe if he was better in the outfield, it would matter. Like, maybe we can make him into a good outfielder, and then he can, at some point, play outfield. That could be kind of chill. I kind of forgot that Buddy Kennedy is here. He's alright. Just not, like, good enough of a platoon bat. Like, this guy was our key weapon in the postseason last year. He was legitimately so incredibly clutch. And he should not, like, for any postseason team, you wouldn't imagine a guy like that making the roster. Maybe Furman. I really don't see him having a huge impact on the future of the team. Casey Schmidt, definitely. Want to
The
improve
Lemon
that infield
Society is
defense.
watching you, Thomas Inesini 748.
Can we ban that? There we go. There we go. Matt Chapman, get his defense up again. Willie Adames, obviously get his defense up. I don't know. I legitimately have no idea who Scott Bandura is. Dylan Beavers, definitely. I didn't know he could play the infield. I guess he can play first base, which doesn't really matter to me. Jeremiah Jackson, maybe getting him better in the outfield because we might play him there. Bo Davidson is already such a good center fielder that I know like he's not developed at all. But even looking at these numbers, if he's a good enough center fielder, I could see him being a option there. Same with Drew Gilbert. I know I'm placing too much value in him, but I kind of just I feel like I have to at this point. It's sunk cost fallacy, and Jung-Hoo Lee on a very large contract, so those are going to be my major league guys. I think that get that treatment, improving that defense, and maybe I will replace one of them with a prospect. Problem is, our prospects are bad. Prospects are not very good. Overall, honestly, like level might be a guy that I look at. Shortstop, good potential, really like 19. Same with Josuar. Get that up. Luis, definitely. And we got one more slot for one lucky winner. They're all bad. There's no good options here. Can you do anything with pitchers in this time period? Not really. Obviously not gonna waste improving one of their defenses. So maybe I will go with Furman here. Improve his infield defense. And just kind of hope on these guys. Yeah, our prospect pool is so terrible. So bad. Which means we really just got to make our push now. And hope that money can keep us good, like the Dodgers. But the difference is the Dodgers actually have like an insane minor league system. So I guess we're not the Dodgers, huh? Kind of just like the bad Dodgers. Juan Villara, turning heads with major uptick in velocity. If only, man. If only. I think in my last A's rebuild, I'd have some crazy like Dev Lab stuff. I think I had like one where like future power increased by like to like plus 15 or something like that. Like potential increased by 15. It was kind of crazy. Landon Rupp getting a little worse. Or my scout just kind of saying he's bad. Not ideal. Dylan Beavers, I mean, I could be a pretty player right there in left field. He was our Division Series MVP. Like, legitimately, I might recommend going back and watching that Division Series. I kind of like, I would never do that, but it was so incredibly hype. It was maybe the most hype playoff series I've ever had, which was only made kind of weird by the fact that I literally barely made any of the team. And my most important players were my platoon first baseman, Buddy Kennedy, you know, and my platoon left fielder, Jeremiah Jackson, who was a 44 overall. And we were literally like multiple outs from winning the World Series. Just didn't have enough pitching juice in the end. What was I doing? Some stuff. Probably just simming until I'll bring some players down arbitrarily. Arbitrarily. It's just so much work, like actually maintaining your roster. That's kind of annoying. Probably wasn't gonna make the team anyways, but It's a pretty major injury. Also, Dylan Smith can also go on the 60-day IL. I'll also just move some of these guys back down. Do not need this many players in my spring training roster. Also, it's cool having an 80 overall. This is like, it's nice having both Tarik Skubal and Logan Webb. It's kind of a crazy top two in your rotation. I could DFA him because he's just terrible, but I won't. We'll do this for now. I could DFA him because he's terrible, but I won't for now. This guy's gonna say the same thing. Okay, I am gonna DFA him because he's terrible. This guy's gonna need it too. Yeah. I'll bring it down to 50 for now. So like that, I guess. That's cool. And that should be all set. Have my bench coach do his thing again. Cool, cool, cool. How are my lineups looking? Kind of like them. Or they're just fun enough, I would say. Just fun enough. Also, I should just check on the trade block. I know our team is gonna be so terrible. This year for no reason. Casey Schmidt, fine. We shouldn't be that bad. That's so many struggling and frustrated. Yikes. Not pretty. Not a pretty array of things. How is my reputation poor? Look at my career record. How did that happen? Yeah, I mean, how, like, this is an insane record for, it would basically this team. This team except for Tarik Skubal. Like, how did this team win that many games? I was just along for the ride at a certain point. And I'd never expected that we'd keep winning, and then we just kept winning and almost made the World Series. We can sim some more. Also, we do Susick injured. That's fine. Doesn't really matter. Do pick up Alcantara and Stevenson. They can go on the roster for now. I don't know if either of them will make the opening day roster. Obviously, there's room at catcher specifically, but also like I don't really imagine Tyler Stevenson as our starting catcher. He is a righty too. I thought he was. I didn't check before I signed him. I just remember from watching Reds games. Okay. Yeah. Trading block. Let's see if there's anybody. Not really. Could trade for Harrison Bader again. Could bring in Kyle Isbell for center field. I think it's legitimately a downgrade. I believe it's a downgrade. Because I gotta believe in my guy. My dude. We can sim a little more. Sim a little more. Okay. Well, that time for Sandy Alcantara was short. Not very long. He's out for the season. San Francisco Giants prospect Jackson Flora making waves. Ooh. I don't know if I've ever seen a news article like that before. Professional ball players are an elite club. They represent an incredibly select brotherhood, and it's natural among such groups for new players to get a lot of grief. Unequivocal praise is a rarity from veteran teammates. It's even rarer coming from the opponents. I don't know what to say, observed Los Angeles Dodgers player Shohei Ohtani. Shohei's saying this stuff? We got literally the best player of all time on our hands. This guy's winning a Cy Young. Who went on to say, Jackson Flora really had it going today. Not to give the guy a big head, but if he keeps playing like that, he'll write his own ticket. If he puts it all together, he could be something really special. He flashed a grin. I just hope he's not playing against us when it happens. That's actually kind of cool. I feel like that's like an actual storyline. That's actually great. It's cool. One of those random out of the park things that like the fact that it's like Shohei saying it makes it 10 times more cool. Let's shape up our roster a little bit. This guy's not making it. This guy's not making it. Birdsong, not making it. Whitman, not making it. Susik, not making it. Turner Hill was in double A. He can go in triple A, I guess. Flora, we're definitely starting in double A. Kavanaugh can go in triple A. And then Baracoro has to be on the 40 man, which means we can wave in DFA Kirsten Seymour. I see less of him on the 40 man roster. That wasn't great, but it was something, you know. It was something. Okay. Like our depth is so terrible. I don't even know who Scott Bandura is. I think I said that not too long ago. Yeah, I like this route, these lineups. I think we can compete. And I mean, we almost won the World Series last time with a very similar group of guys. What happened to Willie Adames? Why is he so much worse? That's not ideal. I hope he's not actually that much worse. He was literally the only thing that got us there. Well, we'll see. It's fine. It's fine. So these are the guys that will compete for a roster spot, I guess, but really I've already decided on the pitching end of things. And then hitting end of things, there's going to be a couple of cuts, but...
The Lemon Society is watching you, Momtary56.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Mom Tyree. I thought, like, what is that just like a random string? I guess so. Very fancy. Um. Okay. We're going. I gotta like sim to. Can we do? Is there preseason predictions? Is it predicting that we're bad? It's predicting that we're good. I mean, we do have Tarik Skubal, to be fair. Our runs against is like the lowest I've ever seen. That's actually kind of fun. Like, this rotation is going to be a little scary. Hopefully, Will Warren can recover from the worst postseason I've ever seen and actually be insane like he was during the regular season. Ooh, let's sim a little bit. I don't want to sim too much because I like to. Well, nah, we can just sim to opening day. I can make all my roster decisions on opening day. That is fine. Who is Dotel? Actually, don't know of a Dotel in the MLB right now. Casey Schmidt gets a way better in the infield. That's awesome. That's crazy. I should have extended him. That like legitimately potentially changes his future. Cool, cool, cool. I'm vibing with that. Jung-Hoo Lee also like that very much brightens his future with the team. Probably not as much, and he still can't. Probably not a center fielder. But the fact that he can play center field now changes things up a little bit for me. I don't know how much. Changes things up a little bit. Drew Gilbert is a little bit better of an outfielder in center field because that range of 60 is just low for a center fielder, but it's workable. It's workable, I'd say. Does Furman get worse? No. Joshua getting better. I like to see it. He's a shortstop. This guy is like legit. Who else? Bo Davidson getting better. That makes him more of an option in center field as well. I think he just has to start in AAA, is the reality of the situation. But I could definitely see him as the end season center fielder for us. I think I kind of underestimated him going into the year. And Dylan Beavers is maybe somebody that I'm like overestimating a bit, but I think he's like genuinely a good player. Could just me be being swayed by he's a platoon bat. I love having platoon bats, and I will overrate them. And also, he's just so good versus righties I love a hitter that's good versus righties. And also, he was crazy in the playoffs. He's like by far our best hitter in the playoffs. Do we have top 100 prospects? Just Flora, basically. And he's really, really good. We just got, like, can we make it so that his developmental focus is literally just make your changeup better? Yeah. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. I don't care about the fastball. Fastball's good. I literally just need that changeup to not be terrible. Please. Otherwise, he's only got 2 pitches. Um, yeah, we can split the rest like this. That's fine. Control is the big thing here. Stamina, and that's fine. Yeah, that looks right to me. I think it's the first time I've ever done like the developmental specificity. Whew, I like that word, specificity. I didn't plan to use that one today. It's literally just Chosuar, who's obviously really, really good. I mean, as a prospect, this is a legit prospect. Just not crazy hitting tool, but 60 grade shortstop. Wish he had a little bit more power potential, but he's legit. He's legit. Cooper Sides at 16? What do you mean, man? What do you mean? That's way too high for it. And I was complaining about the out of the park prospect rankings. Like, why is he that high? I don't know. And Wilkinson, like, might never make it to the MLB. Probably won't ever make it to the MLB. So, let us get our team ready for opening day. Our minor league's still kind of shallow. A plus ball has like way too many players. So I'll have to fix that. But I'll probably do that like off screen. It's a lot of work and it's kind of boring. He's going down. I gotta wave him. That's fine. Trevor McDonald. Sorry. Kind of just like a spot starter. Caleb Killian. I don't really know who you are. I feel like I've heard of him. Trent Harris definitely going down. Matt Gage going down. We kind of already know what this relief staff is going to look like. And I think it's literally just like these guys. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Oh, Gregory Santos is the last guy. Who's a good option for us, but definitely the worst arm in our pen. So, did Eric Miller also get worse? Is it a scouting difference? It might just be a scouting difference. I'm fine. I like a scripted lefty. He was quite good for us last year, so don't mind that at all. 5-man rotation. Strict. Like that. Look at that. That's a pretty, pretty pitching staff. It's going to be quite good, I will assert. Rupp, despite being like the worst guy on paper, was really, really good for us last season. So I have medium hopes. Medium hopes. Scott obviously going down. How many guys do I need to cut after this? 8. That's quite a bit. So I will not be like ticky-tacky with my cuts. First off, I don't know who Diego Vasquez is. I'm going to assume he's going to go down. Bo Davidson, we said, was going down. We need like one backup outfielder, potentially. So I guess that'll be Melton if it's anybody. McRae's a fine backup center fielder, but really doesn't provide any value on the hitting side. So we have a center fielder, and his name is Drew Gilbert. He's the best player I've ever seen. He's gonna be so bad this season, and I'm just gonna like start Chung Hoo in center field, and that gives me more versatility in left field. I also have Bo Davidson in AAA, obviously, so that's chill. I would say. I'd love to keep Buddy Kennedy on the roster, but I really can't see that happening. Dylan Moore is gone. I'm fairly certain. I still got to cut 4 guys. So it's really going to be everyone that's doesn't have a role right now. It's Tyler Stevenson. I mean, it's just like, on paper, it's everybody that literally does not have a role. So that is Buddy Kennedy, who is just like a worse version of Tyler Austin, right? Who can also play like right field, first base, really good versus lefties. Or Buddy Kennedy, just, pretty good. Pretty good. I still like him because he was great for us last season. I gotta waive him? That feels so bad. Like, look at this. Look at this guy. He was crazy in very limited time during the regular season. And can I look at postseason? Look at these. Oh, he was actually bad during the postseason. Okay. I mean, he was terrible. He seems so clutch. He actually had a couple clutch moments. I didn't realize it's that bad overall, though. Well, I don't feel as bad about putting him on waivers now. And we have one more spot. Realistically, we could just cut Jacob Melton. Is a Rule 5 pick from Tampa Bay. Is 26 and a little bit of juice on top of that 26, aka 26 and a half. Has he not? Oh, this is postseason. I was like, what? He was really good in AAA last season. Good versus righties. Can play center field. I don't know. I don't know. It feels like it might be worth keeping him on the team. Question then becomes like, who you send down then? Is it Jared Olivia? Yeah, it's Jared Olivia. He's really only great against lefties. He's also not very good against lefties, and he's 31. So I think I'm gonna do that. Keep another lefty on the squad. Keep that Rule 5 pick on the squad for now, and this is gonna be our opening day roster. Who should play in this slot? Maybe Melton will start versus this side. Maybe that's the play. We're gonna righty lefty split. Looks pretty clean, I would say. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. That's the right number. Counted correctly. I do notice Jesus not playing now. So maybe we do Jung-Hoo Lee in center. We do Jesus in right. Can he play right? And kind of. He can kind of play right. Can Jackson play right? Yes. He can actually play right field. So I'll do that. Put Jackson in right. Put Jesus in left. And that'll be our lineup versus the lefties to start the season. And it's definitely going to work perfectly. And we're going to be the best team ever. And we're going to give up no runs. And we're going to have all the runs. That's how the season's going to go. We're going to win the World Series. And it's going to be easy. Tarik Skubal's going to pitch 9 scoreless innings with like 16 strikeouts to win us Game 7 or something like that. Official prediction. But that's where I'm going to end it off today. I'll probably be back like Saturday. I'm enjoying Out of the Park. And I don't know. I kind of just winging it at this point. I don't, unlike my previous series, I kind of just going until I don't have fun anymore. And so far I'm having fun, and I love Out of the Park, so I don't mind doing it here. I'm kind of just like literally chilling, like playing any other game. I would actually try to be like entertaining and stuff, but playing Out of the Park, I don't care as much. I think I could do something cool with it, but it's kind of just chill. I feel like that's the point of Out of the Park, is to be a chill game. So, hope you're enjoying it. Thanks for being here. Thanks for hanging out. We're gonna win the World Series. I don't know if we will. I'm excited to see what happens. I think I might have more fun if we were to be absolutely terrible than if we were to win the World Series. Like, it might be more fun to me if our team completely collapsed and I had to like, because then it's harder. Then I had to like figure it out from there. Yeah, probably be back Saturday, and see you next time.